What up, Cowboy Nation? This your boy Coles with Coles Cowboy Sports Report, where I bring you the latest and greatest content of the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ding that notification bell so you'll see when I'm dropping some new videos. Now, let's get into this DK Metcalf. Slight DK Metcalf news, because I'm not going to clickbait y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it real. We ain't getting no DK Metcalf. It's something that Rich Eisen went on ahead and threw out. You know, first it was Deebo Samuel. Let me go back. First it was Bobby Wagner, then Von Miller, and then Deebo Samuel. Now it's DK Metcalf. Come on, man. We not gonna get DK Metcalf. I believe the Cowboy front office has great faith in the wide receiver room that we have right now. They speaking highly on TJ Vasher. He shows like he's been shining out there. Jalen Tolbert just came out there for his practice, and they say he was good, so we was able to see him a little bit. Michael Gallup's working. He got signed into a deal. So he's rehabbing on the sidelines. He's looking like he's improving. And we got CeeDee Lamb that's trying to take over that number one wide receiver position. You know what I'm saying? He's building that chemistry with Dak Prescott. So DK Metcalf is not even on their mind. This is something that Rich Eisen just wanted to throw out. Shout out to Rich Eisen. I like his shows. He's a great show, man. He does keep it real. He was like, maybe that's something the Cowboy, Jerry Jones, that's something he do. Well, the media a little bit, you know what I'm saying? This is why I say the outside media, the talking heads, they really not in tune to what the Dallas Cowboys has been doing. Jerry Jones ain't running this no more, man. It's Stephen Jones. And we haven't made explosive moves like this in a while. I mean, I would say this. The only way I can see us going ahead and making a move on DK Metcalf or any veteran receiver out there making a real move is if we had a situation like we did in 2018 in the beginning of the season, when we thought Dak Prescott could handle less receivers and do a wide receiver by committee and make him work with basically chump change receivers. And whenever we was like, I think we started off like 3-5, that's when they went ahead and said, you know what, let's go ahead and get Amari Cooper. You know what I'm saying? So unless we're struggling wide receiver wise, we won't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I will hope that we're not struggling wide receiver wise, because I won't. We drafted CeeDee Lamb for a reason. So if CeeDee Lamb can't handle the workload of being a wide receiver one, that's a failure. That's fail. I would rather us, grow into what we have than. Now don't get me wrong. I want us to go ahead and get good players, get dominant players, but at the same time, I don't want us giving up so much to the point where we like, dang, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Because our front office don't roll like the Rams. The Rams, they're not dependent on their draft picks. They like to go out and get free agents. And then the way how Cowboy Jones handle, he ain't gonna keep nobody. All he gonna do is probably add up a lot of dead money. You know what I'm saying? And we waste draft picks and we be in a messed up situation. So, me personally, the whole DK Metcalf thing is bananas, man. And why would we want him? And I hate to even say this, because DK Metcalf is a good wide receiver. He ain't great, but he's good. I mean, the dude is like built like a doggone titan. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like. Shoot, he's a big body receiver. But he struggled a little bit, man. And he struggled last year only because, Russell Wilson didn't have his best years as well. He had a great great year in 2020. I think he had got over 2,000 yards receiving. I think. No, it was over at that. I'm tripping. It was over 1,000 yards. I don't know. I didn't look at the stats, but he had a good season. He had a great season that in 2020. But He the type, man. He want that daggone ball, bro. And we got Kellen Moore that make his leading receiver Dalton Shultz. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did Amari Cooper. So I just don't see it. You know, I just don't see it. I don't see it, and I know it ain't gonna happen. So let's get on to some other news that I didn't touch upon. Is Dalton Shultz. So Dalton Shultz is talking about potentially that what the Cowboys don't know if he's going to show up to mandatory mini count. And I mean, and I'm like, shoot, Dalton Schultz must got some treasure coins hidden somewhere, because you know what I'm saying, you can get fined $50,000 a day. Is it really worth it? And what he want? You know what I'm saying? We just signed Jake Ferguson to his rookie deal. I mean, Jake Ferguson, like, shit, okay. You know what I'm saying? Please sit out Dalton Schultz, because I want your reps, man. I can build up. And knowing the Cowboys, they so cheap and they like the wheel and deal, they'd be like, shoot, we can make this work with Sean McKeon and Jake Ferguson. Get some sprinkles in there and be straight. You know what I'm saying? Jake Ferguson probably produce the same amount of, stats than Dalton Schultz. And, Cowboy Nation, I have a Cowboy content creator. He's a known one. I'm not going to say his name, but this dude had the nerve to utter the words of Dalton Schultz being a top 5 tight end. Dalton Schultz is not a top 5 tight end. And his argument is that Dalton Schultz numbers makes him a top 5 wide receiver right now. I'm not going to say his name. He is from the West Coast, by the way. But I'm not going to say his name. That's ridiculous, man. Are you serious? Top 5? Dalton Schultz is not a top 5 tight end, man. That dude, he flourished with those numbers with the system. And if those numbers accumulate to the point where you got to think, he got those numbers, solid point to the point, fact that Dak Prescott couldn't throw it to CeeDee, couldn't throw it to Amari Cooper, so he had to dump it off to Dalton Schultz. Or there's a lot of plays that wasn't schemed right to fit Amari Cooper into the scheme, or CeeDee Lamb couldn't get open, so he just dump it off to Dalton Schultz. If a defensive coordinator forces your quarterback to dump it off to your wide receiver and they get a couple of yards, you know what I'm saying, they won. They shut down your 2 great weapons. So they making you dinking dunk off to your tight end. That means they held you down. They stopped the explosive plays. Dalton Schultz is not the tight end like a George Kittle that'll go out there and make a dynamic play, or a Travis Kelce that can come in and clutch performances, you know what I'm saying, towards the end of the game to have the game sealing overtime touchdown. You know what I'm saying? That's not what Dalton Schultz is. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about both subjects that I just talked about. Do y'all think we should get DK Metcalf? What would y'all give him for? Now, I can go ahead and say that the Eagles got AJ Brown for a 1st and a 3rd. They about the same. They big, 2 big body receivers. They about the same. Would you give a 1st and a 3rd for DK Metcalf? And Dalton Schultz. Do y'all think Dalton Schultz is a top 5 tight end according to his numbers that content creator told me? Let me know what y'all think in the comment box. And again, thank y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Again, if y'all have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ding that notification bell. Go Cowboys.